this is the short montage that we're going to be creating today, so let's just get right into the video.
Scythe edit!
Yo, what is going on everybody, Scythe here, bringing another video. But today I got my first ever tutorial on this channel, but I'm going to be making a lot more tutorials in the future because a lot of you guys were asking me to start doing tutorials, so I'm going to start doing them. And by the way, let me know if I should do the part 2 of this video in the comments below. Make sure to like the video if you're gonna enjoy it, and to subscribe to my channel if you like the content that I'm making. And I just wanted to say thanks for Nico for helping out with the clips. The link to his channel is gonna be in the description below. If you want to check him out, please go show him some love. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's just hop on After Effects and start working. So first stuff first, you're of course gonna need the clips. So I got mine here. Don't like, my clips are not the best, but they're gonna do the job. I tried to make this clip as similar as Flea has. So first thing that I want to do is find where the shot happens and split that part, basically, pretty much. So the shot happens right over here. So I'm just gonna click Ctrl Shift and D to split the clips in two separate clips. So I'm gonna drag this here for now, and I'm gonna sync this one first. I'm gonna place a marker, one marker right over here where it jumps, like this. I'm gonna place one right over here. So I'm gonna get like this, because I saw what Flea usually does is that he starts with slow-mo, really slow-mo. Pretty much gonna make a slow-mo, really slow-mo on the start. Just really slow motion. There we go, something like this. So I'm gonna click F9, or if you just go to keyframe assistance and then easy ease to easy ease the keyframes. So what I'm gonna do now is basically, oh by the way, if you have this graph, make sure to right click and switch to edit volume graph. So you're gonna get this, something like this. So what you're gonna go, what I'm gonna do is basically, I'm gonna do it like this. Just gonna sync clip. So I synced the first clip pretty much, and as you can see, like as you can hear in the audio, you can hear like slow motion where I like sync the clip, like right here. You can hear like the slow motion, the audio and stuff, and it's really not good. So what I'm gonna do is mute the audio for both of the clips right here. Make sure that that's unchecked. So we're not gonna have any audio for the clips whatsoever. I'm gonna edit the audio on the end, and don't worry, I'm gonna leave all the sound effects that I'm gonna be using in this tutorial, I'm gonna leave them in the description below, so you don't have to worry about it. So as you can see, like in the slow motion, you can see like the FPS is really lagging. So what he likes to do is to add frame blending, so it makes the video a lot smoother. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. So what you're gonna do here is make sure that this is enabled, and you're gonna go down here and make sure that this icon is checked, and you're gonna come over to here and make sure that for every clip that you have to put it on this icon, not this one but this one. So as you guys can see, this is looking a lot better right now, and here we go. This is the first clip. So we need to sync the second clip. What Flea does for the second clip is he usually like has a clip where he pulls out the knife or like his pickaxe, which I try to do, as you guys can see in this clip. So make sure the time remapping is enabled. and like Flea does like really slow motion on the end. So I'm just gonna drag this out a lot, but a lot. I'm gonna drag this keyframe, but a lot. And I'm gonna select both of them, ease them, go to the graph editor again, and just make this like this and like this. So you're gonna get something like this. So as you guys can see, I left a little bit of a gap here. So I'm gonna leave a little bit of a gap here because this is where the cinematic is gonna come. So we need one thing that's missing, a cinematic. That's why I left the gap here. So I'm gonna show you, don't worry, I'm gonna show you how to record cinematics like Flea. So yeah, let's just hop on Fortnite and I'm gonna show you. So once you're on Fortnite, you're gonna go to settings. So you're gonna turn graphic quality on a little bit better, so your cinematic is gonna be the highest quality possible. So you're gonna go and put shadows on high, you're gonna put anti-aliasing on high, and you're gonna go to post-processing and put that on epic if you can. Of course, if your PC is not good enough to handle graphics like this, just try to make the graphics as good as possible without your FPS lagging and having under 60 FPS. And we're gonna go to replace, and I'm gonna go to my cinematic right here. Just gonna open it. So basically, once we are in the replay, we of course gonna find first the keyframe. Once we are in the replay, you're gonna need one thing, and that's gonna be controller, because you can make really smooth cinematics with controller, but unfortunately I don't even have controller, so I'm just gonna show you how to do this with mouse and keyboard, because I know a lot of people don't even have controllers. Like if you have controller, make sure to use it, because your cinematics are gonna be looking a lot better and a lot smoother than with mouse and keyboard. So I'm just gonna find the frame right before the shot. So we are here, and as you guys can see, this is right before I fire the shot. I'm gonna make a zoom in cinematic. So I'm gonna go like this. Just zoom in. So now we're back at After Effects. I'm just gonna import the recorded cinematic and cut it. So I pretty much cut the cinematic. So I'm just gonna drag it in the here. So cut it where it starts and it ends somewhere here. So what I'm gonna have to do is need the audio, of course. Then I'm gonna enable timer mapping, and I'm gonna place 3 keyframes. I'm gonna place 2 like this. I'm gonna place 1 in the middle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna zoom in where I want it to pretty much like finally zoom in, and then I'm just gonna copy paste the first keyframe and paste it on the last keyframe. So it's gonna be like zoom in and zoom out. So we're gonna have to do some editing. This doesn't look good at all. So we're gonna ease all the keyframes. I'm gonna go to craft editor. I'm gonna go to volume editor. Pretty much make this smooth. Gonna make it like, I'm gonna drag this to this. Just gonna, So I'm done. So now I'm done with the time mapping on this clip, but it still doesn't look smooth. Let me show you why. It doesn't look smooth at all. So what I'm gonna do is, of course, first of all, I'm gonna scale it so you cannot see this. There we go. Scale it like this. So I still don't like the way that time mapping looks. So I'm just gonna fix it a little bit. So now we need to add a transition, so it's gonna be like a lot smoother. like, you know. So I'm gonna search for plurmo curves and just add it onto this clip, and we're gonna keyframe the Z distance. So we're gonna keyframe it. We're gonna do three keyframes like we did before for time mapping on this clip. So we're gonna go on the first one and just put it on a little bit like this, like around like this. Make sure that wrap X and wrap Y are on reflect, so you can't see the edges. So we're just gonna copy the first keyframe and paste it on the last one. Gonna easy ease all of them. Gonna go to the speed graph, and I'm just gonna do like this. So we got something like this. So we still need to add plurmo curves on this clip. So do pretty much the same, but without but we're only gonna use 2 keyframes. So like this. I'm gonna zoom in a bunch. This, just ease both the keyframes and just make it like this, nice curve. Oh, so we still need to add that for the last clip, and pretty much the same what we did, but opposite for the first clip. There we go. Go. So you got a nice curve. So I'm gonna do a little bit more on this one. Just we got a lot more camera movement. Flea and Milliam, like when they do cinematics, yeah, you can see that like the camera movement, there's almost like non-camera movement except for zooming in. And like when you're doing zooming in, I usually do like a rotation or something, but they don't do any rotation whatsoever. What they do is they put effect called _shake on the clip, and you just find that this one right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new adjustment layer. Of course, cut it. So it's gonna be perfect for the cinematic. I'm just gonna. So the shake does look good, but don't worry, I got a really cool preset that you guys can use. These are my settings. These are my settings for the cinematics shake for cinematics. So if you wanna copy the settings, here we go. These are my settings. So if you wanna copy them, pause the video and copy them. So yeah, that is looking pretty good in my opinion, but we still need to add the sound effects. That's really important, because like Flea and Milliam are really known for sound effects. So I have my sound effects here. Don't worry, the sound effects are gonna be in the description below. So if you wanna use the sound effects that I'm using right now, go ahead and click on the link in the description. So first I'm gonna use the swoosh effect, sound effect, and I'm gonna pretty much do like this. So I'm gonna do a little bit louder of say. I'm gonna do the same for this. I'm gonna do the same for the zoom out. So just make sure like you can see. Basically you can see that like this is a build up, and then like it starts right here, because this is like the highest frequency of the whole like sound effect. So you're gonna get something like this. So we still need the shotgun sound effect. Let me just put the shotgun sound effect on here, and just make sure like this. Pretty much we're still not done yet. We need effects for the shot for the second clip pretty much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search for brightness, and I'm gonna use this one, color correction, brightness and contrast, and of course I'm gonna make a new adjustment layer and put that on that. Make sure that it's cutted. Here we go. I'm gonna keyframe the brightness, and I'm just gonna keyframe it from like the first keyframe. Make sure that it's gonna be on 30, around 30 or something like that. I'm gonna go a couple frames forwards, and I'm gonna put it on 0, so we got something like this. Effects, I'm gonna use race, s_race. Put it on there. Raise brightness on 4 and keyframe it from here to a couple frames back and put it on like 0. So that's pretty much it for the effects. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select everything by using Ctrl plus A, and then right clicking and clicking pre-compose. So what we're gonna do now is pretty much we're gonna add the color correction, because that's really important. So we're gonna make the new adjustment layer, and we're gonna go and search for hue and saturation right here. We're just gonna put the saturation on around like 16-15, just to make a just to make a little bit better. On the video you might not see that much of a difference, but it's a lot. So here we go. This is pretty much, we now need to add motion blur. So I'm gonna add some addison. If you don't have it, download it. Here we go. So it should look like this. So I think this looks pretty good with motion blur and a little bit of color correction, but we are still not done yet. We need one more thing, and that's black bars on cinematics. A lot of people use effect called CC Jaws, but I prefer a photo of black bars, which is custom made by me. So if you want to grab that, it's gonna be in the link description. It's gonna be linked in the description below. But I recommend using CC Jaws, but I'm just more used to the black bars like this. It doesn't really matter, it's gonna be pretty much the same results, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do is use scale, like just before the zoom starts, and somewhere right over here I would say, and make the first keyframe. I'm gonna zoom it out so you cannot see the black bars like this, and when it zooms out, I'm gonna put the keyframe right here and put the keyframe right here and copy the first keyframe. I'm just gonna copy the first keyframe, paste it on here. Here we go. So we should get something like this. And make sure to select everything and ease them. and ease the keyframes because it's gonna look a lot more smooth, a lot better. So this is basically how it looks like with black bars. So we're pretty much finished at this point. So if you guys want to see more tutorials like this, let me know in the comments, and like this video if you enjoyed it because it helps me a lot. I'm probably going to be making part 2 of how to edit like Flea, because there are some effects that like are unique to Flea and a lot of people wants to know how to make them, so I'm probably going to be making that too in the future. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Up day and night, writing these lyrics into my palm, sir. Gym work, pushing all types of bars, dipping inward. After that girl curved me, took a look around. Now here I am, chilling and then lost and found. Claim your merchandise before it's